What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Unfortunately, Levon couldn't make it this week, but he'll be back next week. So definitely continue to tune in and subscribe and all that good stuff. Like, share. You can hit us up on Mondays and Tuesdays, our topics. Wednesdays, our discussion. And then Fridays, we talk about everything else. So non-cyber related stuff, games, movies, books, all that good stuff. So definitely continue to tune in throughout the weeks and share with your friends. Without further ado, I'll give it to Shannon. I almost said Levon.
We miss him. We miss him. We didn't even miss him already. But okay, everybody. So this one's from infosecurity-magazine.com, written by Kevin Perrault. And the title of this one is NATO-Member Albania Cut Ties with Iran Over Cyber Attacks. So Albania's capital city, Tirana, Tirana, I believe I'm saying that right, Tirana, and all staff of the Iranian embassy, their diplomatic staff, security staff, all of them were ordered to leave the country within 24 hours on September 7th, right, of 2022. The reason for this is that the government cut diplomatic ties with Iran after a July 15th ransomware attack. So they had this attack back on July 15th. And what ended up happening was that after working with Microsoft and the FBI in an investigation into the attack, Tirana, the capital city of Albania, they concluded the cyber attack was state aggression from Iran. So they went and got everybody out of there and was like, hey, we can't have this type of stuff happening to where you guys are doing cyber attacks on us. And the believed reason, the perceived reason behind this is because Albania actually is I don't want to say supporting, but they have a group that Iran considers a terrorist group living there. And it's called the MEK, is the name of the group, right? And what it is, the Mujahideen-e-Khalq, the MEK. Is living in Albania and Iran. Like I said, they consider them a terrorist group. So because they're housing them, they believe this is the reason behind the attack and what's going on. And so, and actually kind of an update to this, not from the story here that we listed. So Iran, it looks like they went back and got them a second time, like within a day or so, or within actually 24 hours or so. They went back and got them again. They Albania put out there like, hey, you guys need to stop with this nonsense, right? So they had September 7th. They told their embassy they had to get out of there within 24 hours. And September 10th, they hit them again, right? And the second time they hit them, it was actually the police force, the Albanian National Police, that were the target of the last attack. So it's only a matter of time before this, this can get a little heated, right? Like Iran is out here doing stuff, and they kind of, no, granted, right? Iran is like, hey, this isn't us, this is the Americans just stirring stuff up. They're the real aggressors here and all this good stuff. But it's only a matter of time before this gets a little out of hand. And Iran's getting a little bold here, right? Like you got accused of one, like it just looks bad, right? Like you got accused of this one on the 7th, and then 3 days later, like all of a sudden it happens again, and you're going to be there like, oh no, it wasn't us, we didn't do it. The Americans, they're the real problem here. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so this is one of those things where this is why we're here, right? Like we're talking about this stuff every week. Every week there's something like this going on. There's some type of state actor that's out there doing something, state sanctioned actors that are out there doing things, and this is what happens with this, right? So, but this isn't the first time Albania has had issues with Iran when it comes to this stuff. So actually, Albania expelled 4 Iranian diplomats for threatening national security in 2020 and 2018. So there's a history of this stuff kind of going back and forth between them, going back at least 4 years. But Ryan, what's your thoughts on this?
So I'm more apt to believe that it was attributed to Iran only because there's a third party in there, right? So they don't want to necessarily lose their clout or reputation by attributing it to the wrong country. So that's why I'm like, well, it probably was them. If, like you said, the third party came in and said, no, we believe it to be them, as opposed to maybe it's like some kind of political wedge trying to separate Albania from Iran. But either way, I mean, then to get hit a second time, like consecutively. I mean, even if it wasn't state sponsored, you need to get your your typical state sponsored actors on the same page as you. Like, hey, chill out. Like they're not feeling this. But in this case, it was back to back. So hey, it is what it is. But in the article, it said it was the strongest response to a cyber attack diplomatically so far. So if this becomes the baseline, you can see it's a lot more with people getting kicked out of countries. Like, hey, you got to go, which does not help in talks such as the Iranian nuclear deal that's currently happening. Like now, you have one less potential ally on the board, as well as like NATO as a whole may part ways with you or not necessarily play ball with you moving forward, because you attack one, you attack all. So that's kind of the way the charter is built. But we'll see what comes of it. I'm going to bet that this becomes the norm. We'll start seeing a lot more of this when it comes to your Russian and Chinese and Iranian. I guess I want to say
acts of aggression type thing.
Yeah, acts of aggression. Like it's not necessarily kinetic, but it still causes kinetic results, right? So like moving forward, cyber is not just a nuisance. It actually causes severe damage to infrastructure. So the response will continue to also ratchet up in these contentious times, right? Like when you have the colonial pipelines and things of that nature. People putting gas in their trunk in plastic bags. It's going to start getting more and more serious because it causes panic. So this will probably become the norm. But no, it was an interesting article. I just saw it a couple of days ago, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Like I've never seen such a reaction before. So we add that to the docket. So we'll see what comes of it. But with that being said, I'll bring this episode to a close. Definitely to tune in, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. All of our social medias go by our name. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. I'm on LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, and TikTok for now. I'll pull chalks on TikTok. And then Levon can be found at Levon Maynard on Twitter. So hit us up. Stay secure.